Hello, people of God in Owasso parishes, and welcome to this week's Quick Things. I am on the road back in La Crosse, where I was a few weeks ago. Then I was here for Viterbo University Board of Trustees meeting, and now I'm in La Crosse on my way to our fall gathering of priests and deacons at the Diocesan Center. I know Father Al will be there, Deacon Peter and Deacon Irv. I don't think Deacon John is able to join us, but other priests and deacons from the diocese will be gathered there. Deacon John has other responsibilities. He's still a full-time employee of elsewhere, so he's excused from these kinds of things. But the topic will be very interesting, and I'll share with you later on or next week or whenever as to what we talk about. There was a survey of the priests back in the early summer. Bishop Battersby kind of wanted to get a handle on where priests were and morale, workload, various pressures. We had like five priests leave over a few years in the last few years, one just in the last year, a pastor. And so I think he wanted to get a handle on what's going on with the priests of our diocese. One of the questions, like, what do you see as the most significant issue or problem that needs to be addressed to the diocese? So that survey is going to kind of be the nucleus of our discussion, review the results of that, and maybe get some sense from the bishop as to where we go. So I'll try to report on some of that in an upcoming Quick Things. So I'm here in Riverside Park. The last time I was in La Crosse, we did the Quick Things from across the street from the cathedral on Main Street. So I'm a couple blocks west of there now in Riverside Park. You can see the Mississippi River, and then you see this huge cruise ship that's in the harbor here. Since I was in La Crosse in the late 90s at the Cathedral Parish, this cruise ship thing has become a big deal in La Crosse. It's just hundreds of people, maybe, I don't know, this ship is gigantic, who come ashore and I guess shop at stores and things in La Crosse, so it's a big deal for the city. I want to mainly refer to some things in the Quick Things email and make a few quick announcements. This week's Quick Things is actually coming to you a day early because I want to remind everyone of our Discipleship gathering with Bob McCarty on Wednesday night. Everyone is invited. The Dance of Discipleship at 7 p.m. on Wednesday at St. Michael. Bob is highly regarded across the country for his presentations, his insight on matters of discipleship. So hope we'll have a great turnout from Resurrection St. Michael and St. Anne for that program at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Reminder that at Eastside parishes, at all three masses next Sunday, we will be celebrating anointing of the sick. Father Al and I will both be at the masses to offer that sacrament during our celebration of the Eucharist. Don't worry, it doesn't add on a horrendous amount of extra time. We did it at St. Anne's a couple of weeks ago. All the masses were done in under an hour, so let's be okay with that. But I think it's important, whether we're going to be anointed or not, to come, first of all, to celebrate the Eucharist, but also to be present for one another and pray with one another as we seek God's healing grace in that sacrament. So again, anointing of the sick this Saturday and Sunday at Eastside parishes. If you're a St. Anne parishioner or a member of another parish in Wausau and want to join us, certainly, whoever is there and seeks to be anointed, we will want to celebrate that sacrament with you. Along those lines, in the Quick Things email for Eastside parishes is a video, a conversation that I did with Father Mike Jonkas, a friend of mine, a theologian, very knowledgeable in matters of sacraments and liturgy. And it's a wonderful introduction to the sacrament of anointing of the sick. So I'd encourage you to check that out as kind of a preparation for this weekend's celebration of the sacrament, or just for your own knowledge. We often say we don't know very much about our faith. Well, here's an opportunity to learn a good amount about the sacrament of anointing of the sick. Similarly, there's a video from the archives in the St. Anne Quick Things email. We celebrated the funeral mass on Friday for Madeline Bueller, who was 102, a founding member of the parish. And Madeline was one of the figures who was instrumental in the development of the fish fry tradition at St. Anne. And I did a conversation with Madeline and a couple other parishioners, Dorothy Rutz and Sandy Gilgy, a few years ago during COVID. And I'm sharing that video in the email, so you can just kind of a stroll down memory lane for some folks. And maybe it's also interesting for those of us who weren't part of all that tradition to kind of get a sense of how this all evolved. I'll indicate in the email where you can jump into the video, at what point in the video the conversation begins. All parishioners, hopefully by the time you receive this, will have also received in the regular mail a newsletter from the parish. Please give some attention to that. It deals with the important matter of stewardship and how we share of our time, talent, and treasure with our parishes. Father Al and I both spoke of the stewardship, especially of time and talent as it pertains to our liturgical ministries and the need for more ministers. Young people, old people, parents with your children, please give some attention to that and how you might step forward and respond to the needs of our parishes. A couple other things in the email for Eastside parishes, just some news about an enhancement of our online giving opportunities, the ability to give on a regular basis from charge to your credit card or to withdraw from your checking account. It's been streamlined. Great enhancement in terms of convenience for that. So check out more information about that in the email. And then for St. Anne parishioners, some information or just a brief introduction to a conversation that is underway among Pastoral Council and Finance Council members regarding our 10:30 Mass. And just some concerns as to whether it's viable for us to continue the 10:30 Mass. Decision hasn't been made, but please look for more information about that in the email. It's time for me to get out to the Diocesan Center, so I'm not late for our conference. I'll share more about that, as I said, maybe next week, and hope everyone is well, enjoying, first of all, these first few days, this nice summer weather. I think by the time you see this, it might have gotten a little chillier. Be well all. God bless.